This is your host. My God, I'm a host. Trey Donaville. And first this week, there is no guest this week. It's holiday times, a little bit more challenging to find times with everyone, and probably for the best because I'm also doing this really ridiculous Rafa 500 festive thing, which is not great for the body. But I did want to address that and put something out there anyway. So I like putting some out on a Wednesday anyway. But there will be more guests. So there will be more interviews, just not a guest this week. And it gives me a moment to address something I wanted to kind of bring up anyway. And that was saying a lot of thank yous. So I like to start with thanks to Josh Silverman, Connie Jackson, and Andrew Mann for being those first 3 interviews that I had prior to actually launching the podcast. I've been on plenty of adventures with you guys. And thank you for letting me take the time to interview before this was really a thing. So I thoroughly appreciate getting those done and taking that time and capturing your stories. Certainly I will see you all out on the road. But it is recorded and preserved that I said thank you and that I appreciate you. Also, Leslie Weisberger, I like to say thank you to her. If you happen to see her out somewhere, tell her Trey says hello and thank you. Leslie Weisberger, friend of mine, back in 2018, I called up Leslie and was like, hey, can I swing by your place for a bit? And she's like, sure, why not? So I arrive and I've got this mixer board, a laptop, and 2 mics. She looks puzzled when I get there with this stuff. And I, put it down. I say, hey, I'd like to talk to you about why do you ride and record this story and capture kind of the story of your experiences about being out riding. Again, she looks puzzled, but her being just like the good spirit she is, she's like, okay, why not? And I fumble through this, this interview with her because I don't know all the best questions to ask, that kind of thing. But we get through it. And I've got the recording somewhere that I did back then in 2018. It's in a file or on a, SD card somewhere that I did this talk with her. But I appreciated that. And I took that experience and kind of extrapolated and thought about it some more to kind of figure out, to kind of get to where I'm at now with talking to people. So thank you, Leslie. As always, I appreciate your time. So thank you. From that, I learned 2 valuable lessons among the many others regarding having a podcast and interviewing people. First, don't surprise anyone that you're going to record their conversation with them. Just make them aware of it ahead of time. That way they can get prepared. They can put on the right outfit or wear the comfy shoes or drink hot tea or whatever it is that causes them to get the most comfortable about being interviewed. Or having someone talk to them. And 2, in addition, is to make them aware of the subject. And in this case, it is them and something they're passionate about. It's not statistics, not accounting, not biology. It's why do you ride? What are your motivations and such and so forth. So subject everyone already knows. But I make sure to let everyone know. And I kind of send everyone a little list of questions that I'm going to potentially ask them. And I kind of update that list for particular guests to say, I know of this of you, and I'd like to know more about it. I know this person raced, so I want to ask about that. Or this person did this other thing, so I want to ask more about that from what I know of that person. So I try to share that so they're not blindsided by questions, really. Over time, I guess I've realized that one of my great joys in life is having thoughtful and introspecting conversations with people. And so I enjoy these discussions that I have with folks, and we both understand why do we do this and why do we ride? What are motivations, common things that we have. And other people hear these stories and they also probably realize like, oh, that person went through that as well. We all tip over when we clip in. I think maybe somebody mentioned they hadn't, but generally it's just expected. We're going to tip over when you start clipping in. But like I said, I've enjoyed this process, and I look forward to talking to more people about their reasons for riding and their experiences doing so. Thank you to everyone who's listened to an episode. Also, please don't think you need to listen to the entirety of an episode in one go. You can listen to these things in snippets, 20 minutes here, 10 minutes there. For some people have mentioned they're not regular podcast listeners, but they've been giving these shows, these episodes a go. For those of us who've been listening to podcasts for a while in some more fashion, we do it while we're doing laundry or cutting the grass or some other, like in the gym or some other, or do commute to work. We're not trying to consume the whole episode in one go. We're usually not. We're getting a snippet and then we revisit it and get the last bit of it. So don't feel like you have to sit down and listen to the entirety of the conversation, even though they're awesome, all in one sitting. Thanks for everyone who's seen me out in person and said, I really enjoyed that story. I enjoyed hearing my friend talk about their experience of being out on two wheels and what that was like. That's gratifying to me, to know that people have listened, and that they enjoyed it. They enjoyed hearing those discussions of just two people talking about what they're really into and that person is also into. And then thanks for everyone who let me know they learned something new about somebody or something in general. I know it was a group of people who mentioned that, they weren't aware of, menthol and its effects. And you will learn when it goes in the wrong place. So I appreciate that people let me know, like, they learned something new. And that's another thing of, capturing people's experiences, that we all have something to learn from each other. And so I look forward to other people finding something new and interesting that they weren't aware of when they hear these talks. So again, more guests to come. Just, I have to find the time. I've got a bunch of people who've already said, yep, we're going to do interviews, and I've got some already lined up. But thanks to Josh Silverman, Connie Jackson, Andrew Mann, Tamara Arnold, Paula Dahl, Paige Lee, Greg Hilmar, Brantley Tyndall, Jessica Conley, Jeff Clinton, Meredith Whitehurst. I've thoroughly enjoyed talking with all of you. And, as the wheel continues to spin, may have some of you come back as new things come up, or, we just feel we need to revisit some things. So I appreciate the time you gave to kind of come on the show. And if I see you all out on the road, please say hello. I'm sure I'll see y'all somewhere. And just want to give you all an update, and happy holidays and whatnot. And see you all in 2022. Trey out.